The San Francisco 49ers have taken another offensive lineman in the 2024 NFL Draft, and they really do value offensive line versatility as an organization. You think about Colton McKivitz, there's a hybrid role to his game. John Feliciano, he can play both guard spots, has started a lot of games in his NFL career at center. Day 2, drafted Dominick Puni out of Kansas. He can play pretty much every single position along the offensive line and has a lot of experience in doing that. And their most recent selection in Jarrett Kingston out of USC is also a player with a lot of offensive line versatility. Started his career at Washington State. He was going to go pro in 2022 before a leg injury, and then he transferred to USC for 2023, and he switched between right guard and right tackle. The career breakdown for him, good size and athleticism, 6'4" and a quarter, 306 pounds. At the NFL Scouting Combine, he ran a 5.02 40-yard dash, 32 reps on the bench press at 225, so some solid upper body strength as evidenced by that. And then at his pro day, he got a little bit better, 36 reps of 225 on the bench press. The issue with him, sometimes he can struggle against some stronger defensive linemen because he has shorter arms. And the Niners as an organization love their offensive tackles usually to have about 34-inch arms as the base layer, as the starting point. And Jarrett Kingston, nowhere close to that, 32 and a quarter. He does have a decent wingspan. Now at the combine, 78 and an eighth. And then at his pro day, maybe the numbers are a little bit juiced, 80 and 3/8. But the point here being shorter arms, which has led to some struggles for him and could lead to struggles if he's going up against some powerful defensive linemen who can get some leverage and push him around and control him a little bit. But some athletic mobility here and a lot of positional versatility. 16 starts in his college career at left guard, 10 at left tackle, 6 at right guard, and 5 at right tackle. 2023 at USC, he switched back and forth on that right side of the line of scrimmage, 6 starts at right guard, and then 5 starts at right tackle. He was born and raised in Northern California, Anderson. So a lot of people who watch this show who are Niner fans probably familiar with him because of that. He played left tackle and was an all-state defensive lineman at Anderson High School and also took home a discus championship with a throw of 172 feet and 7 inches. He was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school, and he's another one of these veteran and older draftees for San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall, 5-year college guy. Dominick Puni, a 6-year college guy. And Kingston, 5 years at Washington State before going to USC in 2023. The scouting profile from the Athletics' Dane Brugler here, Kingston has athletic tools to be a project for an NFL offensive line coach, maybe at center. And I think that's where that speed might help him out. But his undisciplined tendencies and shorter arms are potential roadblocks. Now, Brugler had him as a priority free agent, and the Niners draft him here a little bit higher on their board at round 6, 215 overall. So, a couple of offensive linemen in this draft class. It still puzzles me why the Niners don't take right tackle a little bit more seriously, considering the issues they've had on the right side, and in particular at that position, even with Mike McGlinchey, now with Colton McKivitz. I think it's held him back from winning big and winning big time. As far as NFC titles go and Super Bowls go, they've addressed offensive line depth, drafting a couple of players in Puni and Kingston with some positional versatility along the inside, but you're not addressing right tackle here. So it looks more and more like Colton McKivitz going to give it a go once again at right tackle as the anchor, protecting Brock Purdy's front side for 2024. We are going to look at all of the selections up to this point for San Francisco with, as of right now, one more pick remaining for the Niners. That'll be a part of our draft grades to come here at the end of the draft. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're looking at you. One of us. One of us. Be one of us. Be a member of the faithful family here at Chat Sports and hit that sub button for year-round Niners coverage. But I think our draft coverage, we've been kicking ass here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Game Time is our sponsor for this selection here of Kingston. And for me, I love sports for so many reasons. I love competition. I love players who are trying to perfect their craft. I love scouting. I love the analysis element. I love forming opinions off of what I see. I also love going to games and forming memories, and you can do that with the Game Time app. Sports brings people together like anything in life, but more so than anything in life. Because you'll look around at a game, and you're going to high five or give a hug to somebody around you, even if you don't know them, regardless of who they are, what they look like, what their background is, if you're all rooting on the same team. And you think of sports in that way, music, food, it's very cool. And that's the cool thing about going to a sporting event. And if you want to go to a sporting event, you don't use any other app other than the Game Time app. Hit the all-in pricing option, therefore you won't get hit with outrageous fees like some of the other ticketing apps dock you with. And there's just security by using this app. See the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. The list view gives you the view from your seat and the price point. But in addition to going to a sporting event, you can go to a comedy show, a concert, other things that make people laugh and bring people together, or even a theater event. $20 off. Use the code CHATSPORTS. Link is down below in the comment section and in the show notes of this video. So the Niners selections up to this point, hitting on a couple of areas of need and drafting a couple of intriguing players here. Ricky Pearsall was the selection night one for round one, 31st overall. A little bit of a reach in my opinion, but a good route runner, great footwork, can operate out of the slot, can win off the line of scrimmage, tough as nails, willing blocker, good vertical leaper. He can go up and get it, willing to take a shot, and is going to get back up. Niners absolutely love that. Can make some plays happen after the catch. You can utilize him with a couple of trick plays and gadget plays, end arounds, reverses, pitches, bubble screens, and just find ways for him to make plays with the football. He's going to live in the middle area of the field, and that's the strength of Brock Purdy. Renardo Green, just a corner who has this ferocious competitive fire to him and a dog mentality, who can play press man, push wide receivers to the outside, make plays on the football, not afraid to make plays against the run. In a game against LSU wide receiver Malik Neighbors this year, and Neighbors, the 6th overall pick to the New York Giants out of LSU. Renardo Green fared very, very well, and he's a little bit undersized, but I like the positional versatility too. He could play inside, outside, maybe even a little bit of safety. Dominick Puni, an offensive lineman who was one of 3 left tackles in college football last year to not give up a sack on 700-plus snaps. He thinks that he can play every single position along that offensive line. Some evaluators believe that he could play center, has a lot of experience playing guard and left tackle. Pretty good athlete, too, who has no fear. And that's kind of the consistency with a lot of these picks. Players who fit the Niners culture here. Malik Mustapha, round 4, 124, safety out of Wake Forest, who is a very versatile player who on third downs is a hybrid safety, can play in the box, another player who loves ball, who is physical, likes to make plays on the ball, and while he's a little bit smaller, there's a good athlete within that frame What does this mean for Talanoa Hufanga? It's up in the air. I think when you look at this list here, and then we'll look at the next three players here coming up, you could have a Deebo Samuel replacement here. You could have a Diamador Lenore replacement here. You could have an Aaron Banks replacement there, a Talanoa Hufanga replacement with Mustapha. And then the last three picks, as of right now for San Francisco, one more pick left, Isaac Guerendo, 6'3", 4'3" speed. He could replace Elijah Mitchell. Jacob Cowing, 5'8", 5'9". If you look up how big he is on the ESPN database, the number's juiced a little bit. His combine, he's about 5'8", 5'9". 4'3" guy, though, and is a really fun player with his ability to win matchups out of the slot and a touchdown machine. 12, 13 touchdowns last year at Arizona. And then Jarrett Kingston going to be a backup offensive lineman, and we'll see if he can crack the roster. We'll see what the Niners do with their final pick here to round things out. Up to this point, who's been your favorite selection so far for San Francisco? Let me know right now. And as always, thanks for your support of us all day, every day, but especially during the NFL draft. I hope you've enjoyed our content.